So in especially in the beginning of our journey, we've been faced with a lot of QC issues, especially early on. So it's always a big part of what we're trying to do.
What does Tarmac
Sure.
Works do to battle QC issues? Like, what is their stance on it? How do they prevent it the best that they can? Because I
Yeah.
think in reality, you're going to have some QC issue that's going to slip by, and then somebody's going to get
Sure.
it, and then somebody's going to be on the internet. Oh my God, I
Of
got,
course.
but it's hard to
Yeah.
justify, what happened. But what is Tarmac
Yeah.
doing to try to mitigate that?
So in especially in the beginning of our journey, we've been faced with a lot of QC issues, especially early on. So it's always a big part of what we're trying to do. So at for now, we're doing a lot of just getting data, getting feedback from customers. One is customer service, is post sales, just handling those. So making sure when those QC issues do come up, we have a very swift way of contacting that person or having them contact us, and then we get a replacement shipped to them as soon as possible. And I think we've done a pretty good job at that now. We're even going out to different groups and things, like whenever people post a car with QC issues, we actually proactively contact them. And I don't think there are a lot of brands, not just diecast, I think out in the world, where you have an issue with the product and that brand actually contacts you proactively. Sure. I don't think a lot of brands don't do that. So we've been doing that. So just to get the replacements out very quickly. But from our side, we do monthly reports with the factory, just looking at, summarizing what we have seen in terms of quality issues, and then we report back. Some are common issues, some are very specific issues to that particular tooling, for example. So the factory now, after a few years, has gotten more used to looking at what the problems is trying to solve it. We have QC stickers on the car, so that we QC number 2, so we know which person, for example, in the factory line is actually.
I see.
So we hold that person accountable, but we also want to sort of train that person to say, okay, look, there's some issues here. How can we fix it? So in terms of, to be brutally honest, in the past probably couple years, we've been seeing fewer and fewer QC reports or issues coming back. There will be some when you're producing thousands of cars, because I always say this is not like a Coca-Cola factory where you're producing the same can, millions of them.
Just the one.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the manufacturing process is not just machinery. If it's all just machinery, then of course the QC problem shouldn't even exist. But there are a lot of intricate parts within the production process where it is by hand. You're putting the decorations by hand. You're stamping the hot stamp by hand. You're putting a lot of stuff by hand. The glues by hand sometimes. So there's bound to be QC issues, but it's a matter of, can we catch them early on so that we can put those aside. So I think it's still a work in progress, but I think we're proud to say that it's improved vastly over the past few years, but there's still a lot of room to improve on. But it's always a thing that we definitely focus on, and we look at it every week in our meetings. Is an integral part of the meeting. So it's something that we're it's very important to us as well.